If you are a developer, you've probably felt it. That magical moment that when you are stuck on a problem and with a simple prompt, an AI coding assistant like GitHub Copilot or Gemini generates the exact block of code you needed. It feels like a superpower. We're building faster, prototyping quicker, and shipping products at an unprecedented rate. The promise is clear: more speed and more productivity. But in our rush to build the future, are we accidentally building it on a foundation of sand? Is this AI-powered speed secretly burying us under a mountain of what engineers call technical debt? First, let's quickly define that term. Technical debt, in simple terms, is the implied cost of rework caused by choosing an easy, limited solution now instead of using a better approach that would take longer. Think of it like taking out a high-interest loan to finish a project quickly. You get the immediate benefit, but you'll have to pay back that loan with interest later on. In coding, that interest comes in form of bugs, slow performance, and code that is nearly impossible for another human to understand or maintain. So, how does AI fit into this? Let's look at the risks. Risk number one is what I called the black box problem. An AI can generate a block of code that works, but the developer using it might not fully understand how or why it works. They see the correct output and they move on. This is incredibly dangerous. When a bug inevitably appears in that section of code later, no one on the team understands the underlying logic. A fix that should take minutes can turn into days of painful reverse engineering. That's a hefty interest payment on your technical debt. Risk number two is suboptimal and bloated code. AI models are trained on a vast amount of public code from the internet. They're masters of pattern matching, but they lack true architectural understanding or taste. The AI might generate a solution that is functional but incredibly inefficient, using 5 libraries when one would do, or a brute force algorithm that will crumble at scale. This bloat makes your application slower, more expensive to run, and harder to build upon. It's like building a house with a solid gold pipes. It works, but it's unnecessarily complex and costly. And finally, risk number 3, hidden bugs and security flaws. Because these AI learn from a massive public dataset, they also learn from bad, outdated, and insecure code. The AI has no concept of security best practices unless it's explicitly told. It might reproduce a subtle vulnerability it saw in an old open source project, introducing a security hole into your application that you won't find until it's too late. Now, this all sounds pretty grim, but it doesn't mean we should abandon these incredible tools. It just means our role as developers has evolved. We have to shift from being just code writers to becoming expert code curators and reviewers. So, how do we use AI power without getting buried in its debt? Here are new rules of the road. First, and most importantly, you own the code. Never ever commit a line of AI-generated code that you do not fully understand. If the AI is your co-pilot, you are still the captain. It's your job to vet its suggestions and take full responsibility for them. Second, make code reviews and testing non-negotiable. Rigorous code reviews by human teammates are more critical than ever. Automated tests act as safety net, catching regressions and bugs that a quick glance might miss. This is your insurance policy against the AI's mistakes. And third, use AI as a tool, not a replacement for thinking. Use it to eliminate boilerplate, to get unstuck, to learn the syntax of a new language. But for the core logic of your application, the complex business critical stuff that requires deep thought, context, and human creativity. AI coding tools are not a fad. They are a fundamental shift in how we build software. They have the potential to make us orders of magnitude more productive, but they're not a silver bullet. The future isn't about AI replacing developers, it's about developers who effectively leverage AI replacing those who don't. By embracing our new role as expert reviewers and architects, we can harness the incredible speed of AI while building the robust, maintainable, and secure software of the future. We can have the speed without creating a mountain of debt we can't pay back. What are your rules for using AI code responsibly? Let me know in the comments below.